Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wearing My Money podcast. I'm Holly.
And I'm Amelia.
And welcome to the episode all about wedding season.
I'm very excited about this one. I feel like this time of year, everything is coming to life.
Yeah.
The wardrobes, the holiday, the warmth, the weddings.
I'm hearing so many people being like, I've got 3 weddings to attend this year. Yeah. They're all abroad. I personally don't have any.
I have one, but I have 4 next year. So I feel like this year is a bit of a practice run.
Yeah.
I get to experience everyone's disasters and situations and what to wear, and then I will be professional for next year. None of them are mine.
This is testing the waters. This is podcast research.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those questions, I think, especially in our industry and in this season, it's like the most asked question, what to wear as a wedding guest.
Yes. So we have got you covered from dresses to shoes, whether you're a bride or a guest. We've got some really great recommendations.
So enjoy the episode.
I feel like coming into wedding season, and if you're single, it means perhaps you are going to find your husband.
I'm on my way to see my husband. I am nervous, not nervous, but I feel like I'm in the good single
and hunting
situation now. Like last year was like, I thought I was ready to date and things like that, but I definitely wasn't. I was still very much, I still very much am in my healing era. But I feel like now summer's about.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everyone's going out to play.
I know. Well, you have one attempt to find him this year in Italy at the wedding.
So I'm going to my friend's wedding in Sorrento, which is going to be sensational.
It's going to be beautiful.
And I am going as a single lady, maybe be on the single table. But I am going with some girls that are either single or they're not going with their partners. So I'm not going to be on my own, which is, I think, more daunting.
I think that's fun because then it's also kind of like a girls' trip.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We're actually sharing a room all together as well.
Oh my God.
So it's going to be really fun.
That's brilliant.
Really fun.
I always feel like the singles table at a wedding is either really tragic.
Yeah.
Or it's the best table.
I was going to say, it might be the party table.
The party table full of hot singles.
I hope so. And I hope it's not just girls.
It could go either way.
It could go either way. Yeah. Or I'm sitting with the old lot or the kids.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not. It's no kids allowed.
Oh, I love that.
So it's going to be really cool.
What do you think of the kid ban at weddings?
I think it's a really good idea because one, it's so expensive. Even having a +1, I feel like is a bit of
particularly if it's abroad.
Yeah, exactly. And 2, kids aren't controllable, or you don't actually know what's going to happen with kids and babies. I think if it's your own kids, if it's your own wedding, and I would personally have maybe my brother and his girlfriend's kids, or if it's my kids, I would have them, but that's it.
Immediate
more.
Family.
Yeah. So it'd be like my nephews and nieces, but other than that, no.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's not even a newborn.
I think it's also quite nice for the parents to be able to fully enjoy themselves, have a moment for them and not have to stress about their child crying in the vows or having to leave early to take the kid to bed. I think it's a quite nice little break.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I went to a few weddings when I was younger, and they were obviously the intimate ones. And then I do believe the after parties.
Yeah.
Then the kids joined, the friends' kids. Yeah. But I was always it was either my uncle or my auntie or my godmother. So I was always little bridesmaid.
You're always welcomed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I bet you're the cutest little bridesmaid ever.
I must say I was.
I don't think I've ever been a bridesmaid. In fact, this is going to be really shocking. I have never been to a wedding. Maybe when I was really, really young.
Yeah.
So my friend Stephanie recently got married, but they just had it at the what do you call it? See, I know nothing about weddings. The registry office.
Yeah.
So they just did it like that, and then they had a little party after. I think last I heard that they are going to have a proper wedding, maybe in Spain.
Oh, lovely.
So that I'm assuming I'll be invited.
I hope you're invited.
But no,
I'm invited. I'm joking.
They didn't do like the big wedding here. So even that I didn't see. I just saw after.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, no weddings.
I feel like
that's mad, isn't it? I'm 30 years old.
I've got 4 next year. 4. And I'm a bridesmaid for 3 of them.
To be fair, like none of my friends are getting married.
I was going to say, your friendship group are very like Peter Pans.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like London is very... Because it's all my friends who I grew up with who are getting married. So people I've become friends with in London, obviously meeting you, and obviously you're 30 and your friends are like 30 and older. Everyone's very much like, don't want to get married yet.
Yeah, we're not really in the tradition.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are engaged or are having kids, but I also think like living in London is so incredibly expensive that it's just not a priority anymore. Weddings, it's like the priority is buying a house together, having a kid, and then you can think about actually like hosting a wedding.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, it's like, like I said, like it's only my friends actually who are outside of London who've already got the house. Yeah, who've already got like the long-term relationships and the dog, and I think as well, because they're in a friendship group outside of London, they're in that bubble of, it's not like socialising every day and things like, where in London it's so party and socialising and rushing. Yeah. And back at home, it's like, they've got their group, everyone's bought their house, everyone bought their dog, everyone got engaged, everyone's pregnant, that's the next step. Everyone's,
London life is not in chronological order, and I think everything is at a much slower, more chilled pace.
Very chilled.
Yeah. So I think that's why.
Yeah, I've got 4 next year. 4.
And do you have a +1 for any of those, or is it just like your invite?
Yeah, I haven't got a +1 for any of them.
And they're all abroad? All 4 of them?
Actually, no. All of them are in England.
Oh, okay. So that's not like you've got an expensive year ahead.
Well, you say that, but all they want is hen dos abroad as well.
Oh,
one of them wants 2 hen dos.
2?
Portugal and in England. And I was just like...
Yeah, marriage is expensive for everyone
involved. Girls,
everyone involved.
When it's my wedding, you better save up. Literally. But no, it'll be fun, and I feel like it's a really... do you know what I love about it though? It's like, it's a really nice excuse to go to these different places with different people and just have so much fun. Like, I never thought I'd be going to Sorrento this year. Next year I'll be going to Mykonos, which I've never been to. So I feel like it's exciting because it gives an opportunity to go to different places with different people. Maybe have a husband by then. Maybe your first wedding will be my wedding.
Maybe. It looks like it's heading that way. I wouldn't put it past you to find someone and get married before any of my friends are even there yet.
Do you know what? I've had this so many times and I'm really nervous it's going to happen. Like, exciting, but it's just, even with like my uni friends, everyone, we were talking about like who would get married first. They're like, Amelia. And I'm like, you guys have partners and kids. I have nothing.
But I don't feel like you're the kind of person that messes around. Like, you don't waste time. I don't feel like you're going to be one of those people that are like short-term dating loads of different people. I feel like you're just going to end up maybe like dating someone short-term. Yeah. And then maybe like the next person, that's just like it.
I'll have a gut feeling.
I feel like that's just kind of how life's going to stream out for you.
Oh, how exciting, guys. Stay tuned.
Speaking of you getting married, I feel like you are the type that knows what you want for your wedding down to a T.
It's not like I have a Pinterest board.
So what would be your dream wedding, ideally? Cost wasn't a thing.
Okay.
Budget wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Location wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Dream wedding.
I have 2.
Okay.
I'll do the quick one first.
Okay.
I still love a classic English wedding.
Okay.
I just think like in the countryside, a big manor house, like really like ethereal, like a really vintage, like roses and just like a grand staircase with like flowers and candles and just, I just love England. I feel like the style is just so chic and just very classic. So that's just, we'll just end there.
Okay, so like a traditional English wedding.
Yeah, but
intimate or big? Like lots of guests?
I think big.
Yeah.
I always say I wanted big.
You have too many friends to
too
not
many
have a big
friends
wedding.
and family. But my dream wedding, I have grown up pretty much in Spain. I've had all my like summer holidays in Spain because my grandparents lived there. And I would love a huge like old villa, like in the like wine estate in Spain. Not too sure where, but
like somewhere in like the countryside Spain.
Yeah, really beautiful, olive trees everywhere, but kind of like a chateau, like an estate, like a wine estate. And I'd want live music, paella everywhere, champagne. In Spain, there's a place called Vista Bella, and every Sunday they do champagne Sundays on the rocks, and it is the most funnest day ever. There's live music, champagne. You can order champagne in different ways that it comes out. So it can come out in like a bathtub, a wheelbarrow. I'll show you pictures. It's so mad.
But how do you drink it? Or is it in the bottles
so it's
within
like,
the wheelbarrow?
Yeah.
So it's not like, just like a wheelbarrow filled with the champagne and it's like a rum punch thing.
I'll leave some pictures on the screen, but it's like how they present as an ice bucket.
Okay.
So like you can have like stormtroopers come with the champagne, jet ski, just like the skeleton of a jet ski, just an ice bucket of champagne. It's so fun, and I would love to recreate Champagne Sunday for my wedding. And then each table has a big paella on the table, so it's like kind of sit down, but it's easy.
Yeah.
Everyone stands on the table.
I agree. I think that's so much nicer than having like a set dinner where it's like three courses, starters, main, dessert come. I think it's so much more sociable
100%
and more relaxed.
Yeah.
And I think people have more fun if it's just like big paella in the middle of the table, you help yourself, there's free flowing champagne, everyone's up dancing, mingling, talking. It's not this like strict music. Main's coming, sit back down, get to your table.
So I want to do like, I don't want a buffet. I want like everyone to still kind of sit down, because then when it's like the speeches and things like that, and then like maybe dessert comes like for the table again, like a self-serve like thing, or post paella and dancing on the chairs, the live music, there'll be like what's it called, like food trucks kind of thing, but like very, very elegant kind of vibes. So that's how I would do it, and then have it like over a couple of days. That's all I'm asking for. What about you?
So I'm a bit different because I've never thought about my wedding. I've never done a Pinterest board. I've never looked at weddings and saved things. Honestly, it's never been an interest for me. Yeah. Which I know is so unusual for like a girl to not really think about their wedding, which always makes me think like, I don't know, like, am I that bothered about getting married? Am I that bothered about a wedding? In my head, I would like to get married. Yeah. And I can visualise my wedding, but like, as in like being there physically, I can visualise it happening. But I don't really know what I would want. I've not thought about it, which is just, it's kind of strange, isn't it?
I can imagine you either doing like Chelsea Hall and like doing, but like really cool, like a city wedding, like small group, a really cool restaurant after, like a private room somewhere, or you would have a private jet take us somewhere to like St. Barth's.
That's very extreme.
You get married on a yacht, with a small group of people, and it's just a big party.
I would definitely like a small group. I always think like, oh, I would like a big wedding with like everyone there, but actually I function better in small groups with like really close people to me. So yeah, I think I would like a small party, and probably abroad. I don't think I'd want to get married here.
No.
No, and I think I would just want it to be a party, very relaxed. Like, I love the vibe that you said about having the big paella. In fact, when I have my wedding, I would hire you as my wedding planner because I feel like, firstly, you are so good at things like that. You're so good at, like, attention to detail. I think, you know, if all else fails, if you want another avenue to go down, I think an events planner you'd be so good at. Especially weddings, because you're very thoughtful and you come up with some really, like, lovely, like, personal ideas.
Oh, I think so.
And I'm like, who knows you better than your best friend?
Yeah.
And if the added bonus is that they're so great at that.
I think this is why I'm a bridesmaid for 4 weddings.
Because everyone knows that you'll just nail it.
Literally.
So I would probably just hire you. I'd be like, Amelia, I don't know what I want.
I would be honoured.
Just do it for me, please. I just want to show up on the day.
And I have everything sorted. Yeah. This is the thing, I feel like I do want to go down, like, events planning or something to do with, like, creating an event, or I don't know. That would be really cute.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd know what you would want. I'd understand the assignment.
I'll let you know what the budget is when it happens, and we'll go from there. Whether a private jet is factored into that or not, who knows?
I just can imagine it being, like, all of us on a private jet. Like, the suitcases are, like, Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. to be, and I can imagine it would be really funny.
Yeah. Kind of like tacky but classy.
Yeah, but like chic, like sunglasses, really cool editorial photos. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Okay, as we have said, we haven't been to that many weddings, but I feel like it's something that I need to revise and get prepared for. And also as well, just I feel like it's a good heads up for anyone who is going to a wedding. So we're going to talk about the etiquette of being a wedding guest.
Yes.
And we have a couple that we think are very key, and I think everyone should take on board. So let's get into them.
The first one is pretty obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do not wear white to the wedding.
Yeah. Do not. Cream, no. I even think silver.
Not even close. I think silver is okay. If it's like a darker metallic silver.
But you know what? I feel like it's like, it's the bride's day. I know it's the bride and the groom, but do not make it about you and being like the statement dress. I feel like when it comes to finding a wedding guest dress, don't be like aiming to be the it girl there.
Yes.
I feel like if you're going to wear gold or silver, like, I don't think sparkles or anything like that, like embellishment. I feel like if it is silver or gold, it has to be like a soft satin material, for sure.
Yeah.
Black, I feel like you have to ask the bride.
Yeah.
Because she might want a colour code.
Yeah,
Black or red.
Yeah.
Like heavy, bold colours. You have to be careful with.
Safe options are always like pastel colours, I think.
Pastel, for sure.
Yeah, something muted. And speaking of not taking the attention away from the bride or groom, don't get too drunk.
Yes. I think as well, a key thing is to remember it's not your day.
Yeah.
It's their day. They have organised this to a T. I feel like everyone, even though you still have fun, be on your best behaviour. Don't be late. Don't make a racket. Don't get too drunk that it's all about you.
Yeah.
Like, be on time for everything. If there's any way you can help them, like, obviously I know they're going to have loads of friends and family and bits and bobs, but like, in any way, if you see someone being drunk, go and give them some water. If you see an argument happening, just go and remind them, like, it's not your like day, it's their day. Like, make it special for them. And I feel like that is a big etiquette. Like, don't get drunk.
Yeah, which is kind of hard at a wedding because everyone's in that mood to have fun.
Oh my god, yeah. And it's flowing. Like, be drunk, but maybe get drunk nearer the end. Yeah. Not at the the speech or anything like that.
And you don't want to miss any of it either. You want to remember it.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, also talking about dress code, I think keep it classy.
Yeah.
So I think you have to be really cautious of how nude you are. Like, I think maxi dress is a safe staple. If it's short, don't go like slit or mini or boobs out.
I think if it's short, make sure it's like a thicker fabric that like covers well, or it has some kind of like shape.
Yeah, kind of like a peplum or something, not a bodycon. I'm like kind of flaunting myself kind of vibe. But also, you're gonna look back at it as well and just be like, oh, that was a bit inappropriate. Yeah. Like, it's a wedding, it's not a party.
Wedding is like flowy, pretty.
Yeah. I mean, again, depends on the wedding.
Yeah.
If we're going to your wedding...
If it's on a beach in St. Bart's with no shoes.
Exactly, yeah. But I think dress code, easy sample, just go for a maxi dress.
Yeah.
Or like to the knee.
Yeah.
Or a suit. Like a really fabulous tailored set.
Yeah.
So I did see actually from Reese, they had, it was Reese or Jigsaw, they had this baby blue kind of like corset peplum top and matching tailored trousers that like kind of flowed out.
That is lovely.
Stunning.
We are gonna dive into good brands for wedding shopping, so don't worry if you've missed that, and we will put it in the description box as well, for sure. So you can go and check that out if you're on the hunt. The last one that we have is to never ask for a plus one.
Yeah, definitely. I think...
Because it's not just like you're going to a party.
No.
And I do understand that if you're single, it could be quite daunting going to a wedding alone. But the reason we say this is because weddings cost a lot. And so every single guest that's invited is factored in and accounted for within the budget, because even adding one extra person on,
it's like £100.
Yeah.
Even more.
Yeah.
And I think as well, it's like if they've offered plus ones, then obviously that's fine.
Yeah.
But usually also as well, if it is a plus one, it'll be for after as well, the after party, which is quite good. Depends if it's abroad or not. Chloe said about having a plus one for me, which I was a bit like, I feel bad. Like, I think as well, for me personally, if I don't know them, I don't want them in the photos or at the wedding. Like,
I think it's more, for example, like Chloe saying for you to have a plus one, I think I would take the opportunity if it was an abroad wedding and I didn't know anyone else there and they had offered, would you like a plus one? Then it's a bit like, do you know, I'd probably enjoy myself more if I had someone there that I know. It doesn't even have to be someone you're dating. Like, it could be a friend.
Yeah, it can be a friend for sure.
But I think because you know the girls that are going to be there, I feel like you don't really need a plus one. Like, you'll be fine.
I'm a chit chatter.
So I think there's situations where it's valid, and I think 100%. There's situations where it's like, well, you don't really need a plus one.
No.
This is a real life example of something that's happened. How would you feel if your partner was invited to a wedding and you weren't invited, but you had been together for like 5 years?
See, if you've been together for 5 years, it depends on the situation, but I'd be like, oh, okay, like a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like, clearly you don't like me.
Yeah.
Has that happened?
What if it was
I'm like, tell me.
What if it was a small wedding and it was just very intimate? How would you feel about it then? But there were other couples going.
Are they my close friend?
No, but they're his close friends.
Yeah, I'd find that really weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Really awkward.
I feel like you have to take accountability for that. As the bride and groom, you have to know that if you invite someone, you have to invite their partner, particularly if they've been together for 5 years and it's a serious relationship. Yeah,
5 years is a lot, especially at our age. Yeah. 5 years is a long time.
I totally understand if it's a new relationship and you're like, oh, I've only met them a few times, and then it's like the invitees have to get over that.
Yeah, but if it's like they know you because you've been together for so long, then that's a bit awkward. Yeah. I would see that as a bit of a slap in the face.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I think particularly if there's other couples, joint couples going. I also feel like it's nice for couples just to be together on a wedding day.
I think it's such a magical day. It's like a day of love and it's just so happy. I guess there's like some advantages and disadvantages when it comes to bringing a plus one. Yeah. I think for me personally, when I'm going to Sorrento, I was thinking about bringing a plus one, probably with you, but because I kind of knew people, I wanted to go out of my comfort zone and be proud and confident of going on my own, knowing people. I know like quite a fair few people, not very close, but I feel like it's a challenge that I'm quite excited about, and I think being single, that I'm ready to like come out of my comfort zone of being single and like go on solo dates, go places on my own and like do things like that. So it was kind of like a challenge for me to go on my own, which I'm kind of excited about. I guess the disadvantages if you didn't know anybody.
Well, my disadvantages would be if they're not a serious contender, and they're just like a bit of fun, and you're like, oh, I have a wedding coming up, I have a +1, do you want to come?
Yeah.
Just for fun. Then you could potentially be jeopardizing meeting like the one at the wedding because you've bought your bit of fun.
Yeah. That's so true.
So be careful about who you bring as your +1.
Because you could meet someone on the dance floor.
And you're also stuck with them, especially if it's abroad, for potentially like a long weekend.
And what if they're not good at socialising?
Yeah, with your friends.
And what if your friends don't like them?
Exactly. Sometimes I think it's not worth it.
No.
If they're just a bit of fun, I think don't bring them.
No, I don't think so. I feel like as well, it's a special day. Why do you want to...
I was going to say, do you think it's a little bit disrespectful to the bride and groom just to bring someone that's a bit of fun with you?
It's like you're bored.
Yeah.
And you need entertaining. It's like, but you're here with... It's obviously going to be your like really good friends.
Yeah.
And you're celebrating them.
Yeah.
So why do you need to have that person there?
Yeah.
Unless it's like everyone has got married.
Yeah.
And you're the last single gal and you're like, I just need a partner to be with me.
Then I feel like everyone would be like, fair play.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And you can even pretend that you've been like...
Exactly. So this is
seen
the
each other.
advantages.
Like there's movies about it,
This
isn't
is
there?
the advantages.
You're like,
is
oh,
that
me and my hubby.
you have someone to cuddle up to at the end of the night. You have someone to be romantic with, because it is a very romantic day.
What is the movie that's just come out with Sydney Sweeney? Anyone But You. It's such a good movie. Like, you have to watch it. It's
really? So
funny.
I watched it after you said that and I thought it was really bad.
I watched it like 10 times.
No way! I have to say I didn't think it was great.
I love a cheesy film. I just love a cheesy film.
Oh, see, that's where it's different. Yeah, it was very cheese.
Yeah.
And I wasn't into it, I have to say.
Yeah. Well, I loved it. But yeah, it's just that kind of like funny... single girl meets the love of her life at the wedding. So
it's a good distraction.
Yeah, it is a good distraction, but I feel like maybe if you don't know them that well, then maybe a +1 is handy. But if it is your close friends or family, then you don't need a +1.
And I think as well, if they are a serious contender, it's quite good because you're kind of like testing the waters.
Yeah.
You know, if you're at a wedding with your boyfriend, if you kind of get that little like spark between you, like, oh, this is something that I would want with you, I think it's a good way of knowing.
100%.
Whereas you could be sitting at that wedding and be like,
I don't know.
I just don't see this with us.
I think because also as well, being at a wedding or the run up to the wedding or after the wedding, it sparks those conversations and those thoughts in your head. So you do go to a wedding with your partner and go,
yeah. So there are advantages and disadvantages, but if you guys think of any more, let us know.
Let us know. So let's go on to fashion.
Yeah, what to wear, what not to wear.
The beauty of this podcast. And let's start off with shoes, because I feel like dresses, obviously we've kind of touched base on the dress code.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to buying things for being a wedding guest, I actually think the accessories are the key piece.
Well, they can also make or break your day. If you've got a killer pair of heels on that you can't
Oh.
stand in for longer than an hour,
Yeah.
day ruined.
Do you know what? One thing you should look at before going to the wedding is the location.
Yeah.
Is it on grass?
Yeah.
Do you have to go
Well,
from...
you can get those little things for your heels now, can't you? Like the little plastic things, and they have a flat base.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
So they wear them at like Ascot and the races and stuff. Yeah,
Kind of
so that they don't sink into
that's a good idea.
grass.
Because you've got to think about, obviously, the floor. If it's gravel, if it's grass, is it a long distance from A to B? Say if it is in the city, are you getting a taxi or are you grabbing the bus or the tube? Like, you've got to be careful. Is it a long day thing?
Yeah, it would be good to have maybe 2 pairs of shoes. Like if there's a pair of shoes that you really want to wear with your outfit, but then you also could bring something along for the evening time that you can just like dance the night away in.
So we've got a couple of selections, and actually talking about having 2 pairs of shoes, I found some shoes which are like the flat version.
Oh, perfect.
So you don't ruin the outfit.
Yeah.
Because do you know what? Sometimes taking the shoes off, I know it's fun, but it does ruin the outfit.
It does.
So yeah, let's talk about shoes and brands because...
So I think a really great option, especially for a summer wedding, are Bottega heels, the mules that have we'll put everything on the screen, but they have the like crossover detail, kind of like a pillow.
Like the weaved.
Yeah, the weaved texture. They are so comfortable. They've also got them in a flat sandal as well.
They're stunning,
I think they're a really good option for a very comfortable summer wedding shoe.
Gorgeous.
You mentioned Jimmy Choos, which I just think are a classic. I found these Jimmy Choo Amita pumps, I think they're called.
Over the floral motif.
How do you feel about white shoes as a guest?
I think that's fine because I feel like wedding dresses are quite hard to style because they can be so bold.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you need a more neutral shoe.
Yeah, so I recommend either. My mum found this beautiful bright blue dress for a wedding she's got this weekend, and it was either between wearing white, a nude, which is kind of like obvious, or we found a pair of matching blue shoes. So I either think you match the colour, so if you've got a bright pink, try and find bright pink shoes, because it just carries on the outfit and it's so fun, but you cannot go wrong. If you're going to invest as well.
These are also great bride shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, how beautiful is that flower detail on there?
Jimmy Choo, they just do the best wedding shoes.
They really, really do.
I found a pair that I'm obsessed with, which are...
They're the ones that Steph wore for her wedding.
I just think they're so sexy. They're this court heel, not a massive heel, but they've got this gorgeous like diamond chain going around the ankle.
White satin with a diamond chain.
Yeah, and it goes up and it's just stunning.
It's very beautiful.
They actually do have it in a block. I'm showing Holly, but I'll leave it on the screen. And I saw them in baby blue because obviously something blue, something borrowed. So I thought these could be obviously a wedding guest, a bridesmaid, or if you are a bride and you do want something blue, maybe your shoes, because they're always hidden.
Little blue Jimmy Choo shoes.
Yeah, so you can just lift up your shoes and you've got that little bit of blue, which I thought was quite cute. So yeah, I think Jimmy Choo always do very classic, beautiful pieces.
We also have Manolo at very, very high on our list. I have also found some little flat shoes.
Stunning.
So we all know what the heel version of Manolos look like. They always have this stunning embellished detail all over them. They come in so many different colours. They have a flat version which is like a little mule. So these are like white satin with the embellished detail on them.
You just
which
can't
I think
go
are
wrong.
Really, really
and
pretty.
it doesn't... Oh, I've actually
you've got the heel
I've
version.
got the heel version up. I didn't see that. But I feel like it just doesn't ruin the dress.
Yeah.
And if you can't wear heels because of your bunions... then no one, if you've got a long dress on, no one will know.
Exactly.
Because they'll just stick out, and I think that's just so beautiful.
Yeah. And another option I have is Magda Bertram.
Beautiful.
These ones are like a heeled sandal and they spiral up your leg and they've got this really beautiful flower motif on them.
Another brand I found was, love is Loeffler Randall, which is a really good affordable price range.
They're very pretty.
And they are very like ethereal, very beautiful, pretty fabric.
They're so great for a guest
a ribbon, So I've obviously found them in blue again because I thought, again, something borrowed. But they've got a thick heel, which I think... I have them in like this metallic pink and they are so comfortable because it's fabric, it's not leather. Like also as well, make sure that you can wear them because you don't want to get to the day and you haven't worn them, even though they may be very, very, very expensive. They may be killer heels, and I'm not talking killer sexy heels. I'm talking killer pain heels. So don't wear YSL.
I just got these new YSL heels that are like 5 inches, maybe higher.
They literally make you look like a stork.
I don't even think it's not normal for your foot to arch that much, and you can have them on for about 5 seconds and you're already feeling the pain.
I've called them her horizontal shoes.
They are a horizontal shoe. Even sitting is painful because they're still so
I tried them on and they do look sexy, but it's not a cleavage, like a toe cleavage. It's a toe boob bust. Like, I've never seen my toes look so chubby in my life, because they're so like scrunched in like this, that I was like, oh my goodness, they're literally like breathing for air. Like hamsters.
She's not selling them. When I put them on, I think my feet do look sexy in them. But I think I've got a good amount of toe cleavage. I just think yours didn't quite fill the
like
toe bit enough.
Little gremlin feet.
They are incredible.
That's so funny. But then carrying on with the Manolo Blahniks, they do like really gorgeous like statement like slipper short heels. So I've got a couple of statement heels up with the fuchsia pink and the green.
Yeah, like the little Cinderella shoes.
They
aren't
are the Cinderella shoe, and I just think they're so precious. But carrying on with kind of like still expensive but high street brands, I thought of Russell and Bromley.
Yeah, Russell and Bromley are great.
Russell and Bromley, they're just so comfortable. Reese.
Yeah.
And Reformation.
Yes.
Reformation do really
we've
good ones.
got both Reese and Reformation down for wedding outfits. I feel like Reformation always have the most beautiful dresses.
Oh, the best. But look at these ones. These are really sweet little cream little kitten heels.
Oh, they're cute.
And I thought they were very like sweet little slippers to just like chuck on. But again, like invest, if you've got a few weddings coming up, I guess go in with a neutral pair of shoes. You can wear them for every occasion, and you know that you can wear them.
So at the moment, I noticed that Net-a-Porter have a wedding guest / bride edit online. So that's really good. You can head over to there now, because that's what I was having a little scroll through earlier. And they just have curated all the outfits, dresses, accessories, shoes if you're a guest, and if you're a bride. They have these like little short like mini dresses for brides. They have the longer ones. I just think it's really great if you need some inspo, and if you're just like panic mode and you need something already there and created for you.
Also as well, it could just be so overwhelming looking at where to buy it. So I think that's such a good idea. Did you also know that Net-a-Porter's on by rotation?
Is it?
Yeah, so if you do see a dress that you do love and you really don't think you can splurge that much, then you can actually run the dresses.
That's a really good idea.
Just a little heads up.
I also think Revolve are pretty good for dresses. They have a lot of occasional dresses on there.
You got your dresses for Paris from Revolve, didn't you? Did you?
No.
Did you not?
My birthday, I ordered a few.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Yes. They have some really great dresses on there and just so many options.
Really
so we've got Net-a-Porter, Reese, Reformation, Revolve.
Reese are given at the moment. Oh my goodness. They have some dresses at the moment which look like Cult Gaia. They are absolutely stunning. There's this kind of like burnt copper one.
Yeah.
And it's like how they've just done the structure and the cutout, and it's a maxi dress. It is stunning. It is still £500, but incredible. And like I said, my mum bought a dress from Reese in this bright blue, and it's perfection.
So there are a couple of options. If we think of any more good websites, we will always list them in the description.
I do have a couple more.
Oh, you've got more?
I do, yeah. I have Anthropologie.
Yes.
Anthropologie have some beautiful pieces on there, and they have like a different selection of designers on there as well, which is really lovely.
Yeah.
I'd also say Realisation Par is now in London.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I remember always trying to shop from there, and it's always like US based, and the import charges. Oh my goodness.
So it is in London now, and
it's
I believe it's opposite Selfridges down the road.
They've got their own standalone store.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Which makes it a lot easier, because they do beautiful dresses, but it's such a risk because you never know how it fits and things like that. Kind of like Brat and Bowie, you never know until it arrives, and it's so expensive, like you said. So they do have a new store now, which is really exciting. And I do want to say Rixo. I think Rixo is a really good one. They have a really gorgeous store on King's Road, which they've made it so fun in there.
Yeah.
I actually am going to go with my girls tomorrow because there's a little cocktail bar, and one of my friends has been looking for a dress for her graduation.
Oh,
so we're going to make a day out of it.
Her graduation, how old is she?
masters.
Oh, wow.
She did her
I was like, you
masters.
sound so young.
But also as well because of COVID and...
Wow, I was like, a graduation. I was like, is she like 18?
No, but she did a 2-year masters and obviously backlog with COVID.
Oh my God, go Queen.
I know.
Masters. So because you have so many weddings coming up, does it make you feel... We're just getting vulnerable here because we know you guys like it when we're a little bit vulnerable and you can resonate with us. How does it make you feel having so many weddings coming up and being single yourself?
Hard.
Because how old are you now? You're 28.
28, yeah. Hard, I think, because only recently I've become single, so... And I was with someone for so long.
Yeah.
So I had that in my mind that it was going to all happen very, very soon and we were going to be the first and everything like that. And I feel like I'm being, I guess, left behind in a sense when I hear everyone's getting engaged, everyone's having babies, everyone's buying houses together. So it does feel like that feeling of like, I feel like only half of me feels like this, of not failure, but like I'm being left behind and I'm a bit panicky. I'm like, oh, do I need to find someone quick and things like that. But then there's another part of me which is like really excited because obviously I know my time will come.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different timeline. And I feel like obviously I've only been single for such a short time that I'm actually kind of excited and it's kind of like a new life and things like that. And also as well, I'm there to celebrate my friends.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to celebrate. It is a bit... Last year I went to a wedding.
It's like bittersweet.
Yeah, it's definitely bittersweet. Last year I went to a wedding and it was like all me and my ex's friends from home. And he didn't go, I went. And it was a bit bittersweet, like you said, because I was a bit like, oh, he should be here. I'm not getting married. I'm single here.
Yeah.
But I just think you've got to look at it in a sense of just make the most of it. Like you said, I may meet the man of my dreams this year.
Exactly.
Or I'll be going to weddings next year with my +1.
I think it does bring up emotions for sure.
I was going to say, you've been single longer than me.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
And obviously I'm 30, so...
I just didn't want to bring that up. Didn't want to bring two very sensitive subjects
scary,
up.
I have to say. It is scary. It does bring up a lot of emotions. That doesn't take away from how excited I am for my friends. It has nothing to do with that. Like, I cry every time someone tells me they're pregnant out of like pure joy and happiness for them. And the same weddings, engagements, like I enjoy it so much and I love to see it.
Yeah.
But of course, like when I come away from that and I do have a moment to myself, I am a bit like,
oh,
when is this going to happen for me?
Yeah.
I would really like that as well. And yeah, it definitely makes you reflect. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys, it's not easy. It isn't easy.
Yeah.
Because I do think when you get to a certain age, or if you've been in a long-term relationship and it's ended and you thought that you were going to be at that place
At 30 as well.
It's really difficult realising that you're not where you thought you were going to be. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like you said, you can take a positive spin on it. But I mean, just being totally honest and transparent, it does freak me out.
Yeah, I can imagine. Because I feel like I'm relaxed at the moment because I'm still got 2 years under my belt.
Oh, I was at 27, 28. I was like, fine.
Oh, I'll be fine. But yeah, I feel like, especially for women, I guess for guys as well, when you hit 30, I think we've all been brought up, if you're our age. I think anybody though, I think everyone has this timeline.
I think our generation is the last generation to feel like this, because I do think the new generations now, the new generations, the younger generations,
the Gen Zs,
the world has modernized a bit, whereas we've grown up with our parents' traditions, seeing our parents marry quite young, and we've also seen...
They've always kind of been with just one person or maybe two, but that's it.
Whereas we've been brought up in this whole different way of timelines.
Yeah.
So we've seen both, whereas I
Yeah.
feel like the newer generation aren't going to feel like how we feel
No,
now. I
yeah.
feel like they're going to get to 30 and it's just going to be normal that
it's
people
gonna
aren't
be normal.
married.
It's going to be interesting going single.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys an update after the wedding. But I'm also, like I said, because I am 28, I'm really excited because it's like my first holiday I'm going on my own.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I'm going to stay with people, but I'm flying in on my own.
Yeah.
I actually have one night on my own, which is the night after the wedding.
Which I feel like you're going to want.
I know.
Because you can just have a pamper night, face mask, bath, glass of red wine.
Yeah, I want to go and like have a lunch on my own or something. I mean, my girl Chloe has organised some very fun pool parties, hangover days and things like that. It's going to be the most aesthetic wedding ever. It's going to be to a T perfection. But I am very excited. I do want to like go and have like a moment on my own, go and have like a gluten-free pasta and wine solo day.
We are going to do some very quick fire would you rather wedding edition.
I love these ideas.
Okay. Would you rather bump into an ex at the wedding or be the only single person at the wedding?
So if I was going to bump into my ex, I want a hunk on my arm. This is the thing. Am I in a relationship? This is not a quick fire.
You just have to choose.
I think bump into my ex.
Yeah.
Because clearly I'm in a lovely relationship. And I want to be like, oh my God, hi.
Yeah.
So nice to see you. You look well. Okay, bye.
Hi, move on, go have a drink, find the girls, find your man.
Yeah.
It's fine. Being the only single person I think that's worse.
Yeah.
Being the only single person surrounded by couples at a wedding.
I know.
That is so much
Killer.
worse than any ex on the planet. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would rather bump into my ex.
I'd rather bump into my ex.
For sure.
But I have to have a partner.
Yes.
Because otherwise I'll be getting very drunk and emotional. Would you rather show up in the same dress as someone or have a bad spray tan?
Show up in the same dress as someone else, 100%.
Yeah.
Bad spray tan, there is no way of hiding it unless you want to be wearing like long sleeve, long dress in the summer. That's not going to be ideal.
Yeah.
So seeing as we can't pick and choose what season this is happening in, I would choose same dress as someone else. I know it's not ideal.
Just stay the other side of the room as them.
You would just have to make it as like a cute thing, like, oh my God, wearing the same dress.
Yeah.
Like, cute, let's get a photo
Just
together.
have fun, yeah. Just do a
that wouldn't ruin my day.
Samantha from Sex and the City. You know, when she turns up to the premiere with Miley Cyrus.
And they're wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
My mum went to a wedding and she showed her friends her dress she was wearing. And one of her friends, her really close friends,
went and bought the same dress.
In a different colour.
Oh, no.
And she was like,
okay.
What are you doing?
That's not okay.
But she didn't know until the day. How bad is that?
Why would you want that animosity?
I don't know. My friend did that to me at my prom. I had to change my dress. I bought a dress and she bought it in a different colour. Why would you do that?
I don't know if I would just like go and get a new dress, or I mean it could be too late.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, you would just have to make sure that you look better in it.
I just had to go and get another dress because I was just...
Well, luckily you knew in advance.
Yeah.
Not if you showed up on the
she
same
sent
day.
me it and was like, do you like this? I was like, yeah, it's my dress.
I would tip the waiter off to like spill some red wine.
Sorry.
Would you rather a hen abroad or a wedding abroad? You could only choose one.
Hen abroad.
I agree.
I think, like I said, I wouldn't mind a classic English wedding.
Yeah.
Hen abroad is
fun
girls' time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Would you rather someone got proposed to at your wedding or it rained the whole day?
Oh my goodness, that's
Depends
savage.
who it is.
Oh my God, I don't know. I think I would rather someone get proposed to because I think rain, there is nothing you can do about it.
No.
I think it ruins the whole day for everyone.
The photos.
Yeah, it's just wet. It's miserable.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just someone get proposed. They would obviously be befriended, defriended out. And I would probably just be like, right, moving on.
I would
just move
only
on from
accept if it was like either like one of my best friends.
No.
No, I'm seeing, or if it's like my brother, And he was like, I'm just going to do it.
There's 165 days of the year to propose. I think there is
165?
365. 365 days of the year.
You only have 165 days, guys.
I didn't even realise I said that. Yeah, I think proposal, even though that is never okay, it doesn't matter who you are, what relationship you have.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
But I think if it pissed down on my wedding day, that would be ruined.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the photographer cancel last minute or have the DJ cancel last minute?
See, the beauty of our industry is that we have a lot of very good content creators.
We do.
So
someone would always come to the rescue.
Someone would also bring another camera.
Yeah.
Probably might be even better than the photographer.
Yeah.
Like, we're good at videography and photography.
Yes.
And the music makes the wedding.
It does. But you could also stick your iPhone on.
True. Because I would have live music.
Yeah.
And then I guess a DJ would be at the end.
Yeah.
So, I guess so. I guess.
Because there's always going to be someone at the wedding with a banging playlist.
Do you know what?
That can just stick their phone in.
I think the DJ to cancel. Because I'm going to have live music.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put pressure on all my friends for the photos. I think the DJ to cancel, because every time I go to a party, we're like, can we put this song on?
Yeah.
And they've already organised a playlist and it's not given.
Yeah.
So I think the DJ to cancel because I'm going to have live music. So we'll let you know when we get married. We'll send the RSVPs.
Yeah. Oh my God, we haven't even started on the rings or anything like that.
Oh, we didn't talk about rings. No. Well, maybe we'll save that for the next one. Because diamonds are a girl's best friend.
They are.
We can talk about this more, I think, this year.
I'm surprised how much I had to say about weddings, considering I've never been to one and I've never made a Pinterest board for my own wedding.
Cue her making a Pinterest board for her wedding. But we hope you enjoyed this episode. We're going to leave everything that we've spoken about shoe-wise down below, and also the recommendations of the places to go looking for a dress.
And we will see you in the next episode.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.